Okay, I think we're recording. Hi, guys. This is the first time I've ever actually been on this side of the camera in the front. I'm usually behind the camera, and all you can see are my hands and whatever product I'm talking about, so I'm a little bit nervous to be on this side. So I'm going to try to remember to breathe and talk slowly and not say too much. I wanted to do this video kind of face to face because it's something that's really, really important to me. It involves me and my family, and specifically my little sister, who is my very best friend in the whole wide world and somebody that I care immensely for. So I wanted to talk to you guys kind of face to face, I guess. And I have a script in front of me because I have so much information I want to talk about, but I don't want to take too long. So technically, yes, this is a review. I want to talk to you guys about the couple of weeks I've spent now with Young Living Essential Oils. All of the products and things that I talk about, the scientific journals that I reference, are going to be in the description below. If you guys see this video and want to check out the essential oils for yourself, my link will be down there as well. And I'm actually so excited and so passionate to talk about this stuff that I created an email account so that you can contact me personally if you have any questions about any of my videos, really. If you want to ask me about something on my Instagram account, if you want to talk about bullet journaling or one of the other planner videos I have out there, or if you want to talk about essential oils, email me at the link I'm going to provide below. It's jmt.socialmedia@gmail.com. So if you have a question that you don't want to put in the comments, or you just want to get a hold of me directly, please email me at that link down there. I would love to talk to you guys. So you're probably looking at this box and all this stuff over here and thinking to yourself, oh yeah, Young Living Oils, I've heard of them before. But please, before you click out of this window, before you close this or click away to another video, just give me a few minutes of your time. I'll try to keep this short and sweet, and I'm going to do some other DIY and how-to videos on this, but just hear me out for a couple minutes. It's something that's really important to me, and I mostly just want to talk about how I stumbled on essential oils, and it's a different route than I think most people have taken. I've been going about this very systematically the last couple of weeks that I've spent with the oils. I have an Instagram account at Ruby_Doobies, which is my Etsy shop name, but it's RUBY_DOOBIES, and I've been posting all of the photos I've been taking on my Instagram account. So I've been going about this, like I said, very systematically. I've been documenting evidence. I've been writing down all of the things that I noticed with this, and I know a lot of people are turned off by the essential oil craze because either somebody has been really pushy about it to them, or they've tried to sell them on it, or they make it sound like essential oils are just this magical unicorn tier substance that can fix all of your problems, and that's not the case. It's just a tool. Essential oils are a tool, just like medication and creams and lotions and cleaning products and all those other things are tools that you use in your house. Essential oils are a tool, and anything can be misused or used properly. So the way I was introduced to essential oils was through my sister, who is battling chronic Lyme disease, and she's been battling it for about 6 years. I say about because we don't know exactly when she was bit by a tick. Only 1 out of every 3 people that get bit by a tick actually show the classic target bug bite on their body. So my dad has also tested positive for the Lyme antibodies, so it's entirely possible my sister was born with Lyme disease, and it's in turn also entirely possible that I have it as well. The testing for it is not very good, and it's extremely expensive, so I don't know. But my dad doesn't display it the way that Anna displays it, my sister, and I don't display it if I have it the way that she displays it. Everybody's body's a little different. But Lyme disease is known as the great imitator, so it can mimic or mask other symptoms. It can mimic things like multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, bipolar disorder, Alzheimer's disease, and even ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. So I was diagnosed years ago with some kind of autoimmune disorder. The doctors don't know exactly what it is. I was actually in a drug study for it, but it presents itself as basically severe allergies and typically presents itself as idiopathic autoimmune urticaria. And basically that's just a bunch of fancy words for idiopathic means we don't know what causes it. Autoimmune means your body's allergic to itself, and urticaria, which just means hives. So I, about 5 years ago, started breaking out randomly in hives all over my face, my hands, my arms, my legs, for no reason. I mean, hot water could do it. Cold water could do it. Salt water would do it. If I cried, I would get hives down my face. Sometimes I would get hives from walking around on the bottom of my feet because of the pressure from my shoes. Or I would get it where my bra strap was putting pressure on my body. Or I would get it from driving in the car, having my hands on the steering wheel, and the vibration from the steering wheel, if I was driving for a couple of hours, would cause me to break out in hives on the bottom of my hands. I went to doctor after doctor after doctor, and nobody knew what was wrong with me. I was allergy tested. 62 out of the 64 things that they poked me with on my back, I reacted to. I remember the nurse coming into the room and shrieking and running out to grab the doctor because she had never seen somebody react so strongly to the injections before. So basically all I'm trying to say is my family has a litany of some kind of medical issue, and the way that I was introduced to essential oils was through the facility my sister was at for her Lyme disease. So I remember one of the first oils she asked me to get for her was called Four Thieves, or just Thieves oil. And the story behind Four Thieves is that during the bubonic plague, these thieves that wanted to raid either the dead or the dying would cover themselves with these 4 essential oils or some combination of oils, specifically clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So they would cover themselves with these oils and help prevent them from getting the bubonic plague while they raided the dead bodies for their possessions. So the facility believed that they used Young Living oils, and they believed that using these oils helped the patients to get through the detox process, and it helped with things like mold toxicity in the air and also in the brain. And when you're going through some kind of die-off, a bacteria die-off or a virus die-off, or a fungal die-off, the dead bugs essentially dump toxins into your bloodstream, and you can have a Herxenheimer response, or Herx, and it causes you to get really, really sick. So they use the essential oils to help their patients get through that. I have a bachelor's of science in zoology, and I work in a science-based field, so I was intrigued. I wanted to know more about it. I wanted to know, why weren't more people using essential oils if they were as great as everybody made them sound like they were. So I decided to look into it, and I thought maybe that could be my way to help my sister. And I'm going to get on my soapbox here real quick for just a second. The CDC does not recognize Lyme disease as a chronic illness. So people like my sister that have been suffering with it for years are denied insurance coverage because the CDC thinks that 4 to 6 weeks of antibiotics can rid your body of Lyme disease, and everything else you're just making up for attention. And in fact, we've gotten that answer from one of the many doctors that we've seen before. So we have racked up, my family and I have racked up over $100,000 in medical bills because the insurance company refused to help us with that. So we've all been contributing to my sister's treatment in one way or the other. My grandparents, my parents, my aunts and uncles, cousins, friends, family friends, we've all been contributing to her treatment in one way or the other, and this is kind of one of the ways I want to hope that I can help contribute to it as well. So I dusted off the old organic chem goggles. That was my nemesis in college, organic chemistry. But I did some research, and basically essential oils are just like any other, product out there. They are different chains of molecules and hydrocarbons in a specific structure, and the structure dictates how that product works. So that's how pharmaceutical drugs work, that's how over-the-counter drugs work, and that's also how essential oils work. Essential oils have different this is not an exhaustive list, but these were the most common things that I found. They're made up of alkanes, phenols, alcohols, monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, ethers, ketones, esters, and oxides. And if any of you guys have taken a chemistry class or an organic chem class, those should be recognizable to you. And that's basically just part of the chemical structure of each individual essential oil. And then I found study after study after study of essential oils showing up in laboratory tests exhibiting different antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. I will link all those studies below because I highly recommend that you guys do the research for yourselves. I don't make any of those claims. I'm not claiming that essential oils are anti-anything. But I am certainly in no way offering any kind of medical advice or suggesting that you stop your prescription drugs or your over-the-counter drugs. Please keep vaccinating your children and don't stop seeing your doctor. But all I'm suggesting is that people do the research for themselves. Look up the studies and see what's been documented. See what's been published in medical journals. See this stuff that they have done studies on, and it is a real tangible evidence for essential oils. I have a friend at work that uses essential oils, and she uses them mostly aromatically for her family. But I asked her how I could, kind of dive into this world, because I had done the research. I had compared different companies, and I knew that she was with Young Living, and I knew that the facility also used Young Living as well. And so I asked her how I could get involved, and she offered me samples, and I kind of knew that I wanted to dive in head first because I wanted a different range of oils to test, and I wanted to document my journey. So there's a couple ways that you can go about it. It's not like a online marketplace where you can just go up and order whatever you want. You sign up either as a retail customer or a distributor. And I know those words sound very off-putting, and don't let that freak you out. A retail customer is just going to be able to, you pay full price, and you can just order what you'd like and have it shipped to you. I knew that I was going to sign up as a distributor because I wanted to be able to get the oils for my sister, and I wanted them at the discounted price. So when you sign up as a distributor, you get the wholesale price, which is 24% off of the retail price. You can also enroll in their monthly essential oils. It's called Essential Rewards Program, and basically for all of your purchases in their Essential Rewards Program, you earn points back. So I've made 3 purchases already, 2 purchases through Essential Rewards, and I already have enough points to earn a free essential oils. So basically, it's a great program. You can sign up and you'll get free oils, and there's also different monthly promotions that they run. But I knew that I was going to be purchasing oils on a regular basis because of my sister and her Lyme disease. So when I signed up as a distributor, you don't ever have to sell. You don't have to talk to anybody about oils ever again if you don't want to. I have no plans to sell at this point in time. I have a full-time 40-hour plus a week job, and I have my Etsy shop, so that's not something that's kind of on my horizon. But if the word distributor puts you off, just go for the retail account. I see a 24% discount, and I'm going to jump on board with that. So to me, it makes more sense to become a distributor, but you can go either route. And I ended up ordering the Premium Starter Kit. So the Premium Starter Kit includes 11 essential oils, a bunch of samples, and a diffuser. These are 4 other oils I bought in a separate order. This is balsam fir, this is thieves for my sister, lavender, and cedarwood. So those were in a separate order. But if you were to buy all of these things individually, this would cost you about $300. So when you buy it as a kit, you pay $160. And right now, from now until August 14th, they're running a promotion for $10 off. So the kit is $150 right now if you buy it between now and August 14th. So this right here is the diffuser. So there's 3 different ways you can use essential oils. You can use it aromatically. You can use it as in the diffuser. You can use it topically, or you can use it internally. And there's 2 very distinct schools of thoughts on the internal use. Either you really think it's a good idea or you really think it's a bad idea. Personally, I've been using them internally and have had no issues. You just need to be smart, do your research, and know your body. Anything in excess can be bad for you. So just make sure that if you do give it a shot, read up on it first and listen to your body if it's not making you feel very good. You can also inhale the oils directly from the bottle. That's one route to go. That's actually how I use peppermint for my really bad congestion. But basically, the diffuser here, move this down. This is the Dewdrop diffuser. There's 3 different diffusers that you can choose from. They all basically do the same thing. They just look a little bit different. So whichever one catches your fancy. And then some of them have different timer options and things like that. I'm probably going to order another diffuser so I don't have to keep carrying this one from the bedroom to the living room and back and forth. But this just pops off. This pops off as well. And then you can see inside of here is the reservoir, and this little red line, that's their fill line. So you'll just take some water, you fill it up to the red line, and then you will drop your essential oils in here and whatever combination. And then you pop this back on. This all lines up. And then you turn it on. So one click. Let's see if you guys can see the mist coming out. Can you guys see that a little bit? Let's see if I can put something dark behind it. Maybe, maybe not. There you go. You can kind of see the mist a little bit. But it comes out as it's cold. So It's not coming out as steam because the heat can affect the oils. So it has at the bottom, it's like a vibrating plate, and it basically sends up this mist of water and essential oils. So it's kind of like a humidifier, but without the heat. So you turn this on, 1 click has the light and the mist coming out, 2 clicks, just the mist, 3 clicks will turn it off. So that's pretty basic how most diffusers work. And you can get diffusers through Amazon as well. That one just came with the kit. So then the essential oils kit, inside of it, we have 11 oils. This is a bunch of paperwork inside just telling you about what oils you got and how to use it. And then you have the 10 basic oils. These are some of their most popular singles and blends. There's over 180, I think, singles and blends on the website. So it comes with frankincense, peppermint, lavender, lemon, and copaiba, which are all single oils. And then it also comes with purification, panaway, RC, digize, thieves. Then those are all blends. So they're blends of different oils that have different properties. So, and then inside of this, you pull this out, and these are all 5 milliliter bottles. So 5 mils of all of these products, which I think is anywhere from 80 to 90 drops or so. And then it also comes with a bunch of goodies inside of it. Here's samples if you have a friend or a family member that wants to try it. There's samples of the oils you can give them. There's cards with information about the oil inside of it as well. There are these cute little tiny glass vials. I think this is about a milliliter of that you can put, a combination of oils, or if you want to give it to a friend to try. And then it also comes with the 11th oil, which is probably my all-time favorite so far besides lavender. And this is already in my cart for next month, but this is called Stress Away. And it's an oil blend, and it's amazing. It really smells lovely. I put it in at night when I go to sleep, and then occasionally in the morning before I go to work. So it also comes with the roller ball attachment. So here's the lid and the roller ball. You just pop this, you take out the oil dropper, you pop this in, and then you can use it to apply directly to your skin. And then it also comes with, I think this is pronounced Ninja Red, but it's kind of like their energy drink, but there's no caffeine or anything like that in there. It's a blend of juices and essential oils, and I tried it frozen, and it was fantastic. It tastes kind of like cranberry juice, so it's tart with just a little bit of sweetness, and there's a whole bunch of antioxidant juices inside of that, inside here as well. And this is also going to be in my order for next month because it did feel like a natural kind of energy drink. It was really delicious. So I think I said this already, but if you buy that separately, $300. The kit's $160, and then they're on sale right now for $150. And let's see, here's my list. So most people use the oils and the blends for sleep, pain management, seasonal allergy, discomfort, bug bites, calming, cleaning, using it. They make toothpaste out of it. They make personal shampoo out of it, all kinds of different products. You name it, somebody's probably using an essential oil for it. The first thing that I ever did with my essential oils when I got it was I used it for a sleep aid that night. I've been using sleep aids in some pill form since I was a teenager. So whether that was a prescription medication for a sleep aid or over the counter, I've tried melatonin, but it gave me horrific nightmares. The last thing I tried was called Calms Forte, which worked fairly well. It's a blend of different herbs and things like that. So I decided to diffuse lavender and Stress Away, and then I also applied the lavender and cedarwood to the bottom of my feet, 1 or 2 drops a piece to the bottom of my feet that night, and I slept like a baby. So I'm not wearing my Fitbit right now because it's charging, but I wear a Fitbit at work, and it tracks your sleep and your sleep patterns. So I tracked the first, I think, week and a half of it, and I was sleeping over 8 hours every night, and for an insomniac like me, that is a miracle. And I was staying in deeper sleep longer, so I wasn't tossing and turning as much, and I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night like I used to do. So this was kind of early on into my journey with oils, and so I was concerned that it might be a placebo effect or like a psychosomatic result. And honestly, I decided that if it was in fact a placebo or psychosomatic effect, I was okay with that. Because whether or not, any of the herbal supplements I was taking orally were helping me sleep, it was something that I was mentally telling my body, this is going to help you sleep. Now go to sleep. If essential oils can do that for me, I would rather have an essential oil psychosomatically put me to sleep than have to be stuck to a bottle of pills for the rest of my life. Now I'm going to try something new here. I hope that when I'm editing this video, I can bring up the picture that I'm about to talk about, but for some reason, if it doesn't work, check out my Instagram account, and all of the video or all of the photos that I'm about to talk about are on there. One of the next things I encountered with my essential oils was a bug bite. So because my allergies are so bad, when a bug bites me, it swells up to about the size of a quarter or larger. And 2 nights into having my essential oils, a mosquito was in the house and, of course, found me and bit me. He bit me right on the side through my t-shirt. So I went to go grab my handy-dandy calamine lotion or hydrocortisone or whatever I had, and I thought, all right, I'm going to disprove the essential oils right here, right now. I'm going to put lavender on it, which is what everybody says for bug bites, just 1 little drop of lavender oil right on top of it, and then I'm going to track it for the next 90 minutes, taking photos every 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to prove that this doesn't work. So, mind you, I've been extremely skeptical throughout this whole process, and I was trying to disprove that these oils would work. I was trying to disprove it. So, I took a picture of the bug bite, and then every 10 minutes after that, 10, 20, 30, 45, and 90 minutes, I took photos of it. And in the 90-minute mark, if that video correctly, or if that photo pops up here correctly, you will see that the bug bite was completely gone. Totally flat, no more redness. Again, I'm not making any claims. These are just the photos that I took. The next photo I'm going to show you is a picture of my dog, Ruby. She also has some pretty bad allergies, and you can use essential oils on your pets. I diluted the oil for her with a carrier oil, which is, any of these are carrier oils. This is a coconut oil, sweet almond oil, and then this is just another version of coconut oil. It's just in the solid form. So I diluted it with a couple drops of carrier oil. You can use that for a couple reasons to dilute it, for children, pets, people that have sensitive skin. And it also helps keep the oil on your skin longer. Essential oils are volatile and they react with air and start to evaporate. So, and I wasn't sure how the dog would react to it, so I diluted it with just a couple drops, like 2 drops lavender, 2 drops sweet almond oil. I rubbed it on her belly when she had a pretty gnarly red rash. And you can see in the photos, day 1, when the rash showed up, the next morning, and then the following day after that. Again, I'm going to let these photos speak for themselves. But by the last day, it was gone. I have some kind of contact dermatitis at work. I am constantly in contact with different skin irritants, animals that I'm allergic to, fish that I'm feeding them, chemicals that we clean with, and I wash my hands 8,000 times a day. So if any of you guys are in the medical field, you understand the dryness that can come with that. Here's another photo I'm going to put up. But all of the oils have different properties that make them good for one thing or another. And so my skin was cracking and peeling and dry and inflamed and just not happy all over the tips of my fingers. And so I looked up frankincense and lavender. Frankincense helps to promote new cell turnover, and lavender has an anti-inflammatory property. And a lot of this is just trial and error to see what works well for you and what doesn't. And I did a couple drops of those on my hands at night and coated it with a sweet almond oil. And again, in the photos you can see the first day my hands were completely peeling off, the fingertips were completely peeling off, totally scaly. And now you can even see now that they're completely back to normal. But you can hopefully see that in the photo as well. It's kind of, like I said, it's a lot of trial and error, and it's a lot of fun to kind of test out the oils and see. There's a couple of resources. There's a lot of resources out there, actually. And I have a little tiny like travel book that I take with me. It's a reference tool. It's got kind of some on-the-go essential oil advice. I've bought this book for my mom, my sister, and my stepmom, and it's the pocket reference with it's like 500 and something pages of essential oils. You can look up the ailment or you can look up the oil, and it's in here. And then I also bought myself the Big Daddy reference book. So this is like 800 and something pages of what's in that little tiny pocket reference, but with, you know, full color. It's like a textbook. So the nerd inside of me loves it. So it's, like I said, you're kind of playing pharmacist and seeing what works for you and what doesn't. So here's another photo I'm going to put up of a sunburn I got on Saturday. I thought SPF 15 was going to be enough, and apparently it wasn't. So in the first picture you can see my skin is lobster red. I mixed up equal parts carrier oil, lavender, peppermint, and frankincense. And on the bottom, you can see the other photo of me the following morning. So that was probably 10 hours elapsed between sunburn and completely normal skin again. And as you can tell, I'm a natural blonde. I have blue eyes and very fair skin. So my skin's not supposed to be that red. And it got white, back to white color again pretty quickly. Like I said, overnight within 10 hours. Then last Thursday, I decided to go for a run. I'd been on my feet all day at work. 8 hours I'd been on my feet. And I decided to come home and take a little 2-mile run. And I could tell in the middle of my run that I was going to have sore knees on my way home. And as soon as I got back, they were throbbing, they were inflamed. I could feel the ligaments inside just screaming. And that's courtesy of playing softball. I was a catcher for 9 years on a club travel team, so my knees are pretty messed up. But normally I would just toss back 3 to 6 Aleve. I would take a bunch of pills, not even thinking about it, and I wanted not even give it a second thought. And I wanted to see what the oils could do. So I applied a mixture of a carrier oil, the Panaway, and peppermint, and basically made my own icy hot. And about 10 minutes into it, I didn't really feel anything, and I was kind of going, all right, this is going to be it. This is going to be how I'm going to disprove these oils. And about 15 minutes into it, I almost didn't notice it because my left knee was still in pain, but my right knee had completely stopped being in pain. And about 5 minutes into it, I had applied another 1 or 2 drops of the Panaway on my left knee because it was in a lot more pain than the right one. 20 minutes into it, my left knee, I could feel that it was starting to subside. The pain was starting to subside. I didn't use any pills or any ice. And then 45 minutes into it, it was completely gone. No more pain, none whatsoever. It was completely gone. No ice packs and no pills, and the pain was completely gone. And I thought maybe this would just be for a couple hours. The next morning, there was no pain again either. So I thought the next morning I'd wake up and be sore from yesterday and have to take a couple pills, and I didn't have to take any at all. And then I also used it for cramps as well. When I had period cramps, I used to get them so bad I'd throw up. So instead of taking my typical 4 to 6 ibuprofen or Aleve, I just rubbed about 3 drops of the Panaway on my lower abdomen. Pain was gone within 30 minutes. And I'm not somebody, I have a very high pain tolerance, but I had pain from those cramps so bad that I would throw up. And this was something that resolved itself without any medication, but just using a couple essential oils. And now the pièce de résistance, the thing that I was waiting for, was to get a migraine. I wanted to get a migraine during my test. I hate my migraines, oh my gosh. But I wanted to get a migraine because I thought this was going to be the thing that disproves essential oils for me. I've been getting migraines since I was about 10 years old, so almost 18 years now. And I've been to neurologists. I've kept a diary of my triggers. I've been on Imitrex, prescription drug for it, and they just keep coming. So I get the migraine with aura, which if you don't know what a migraine with aura is, it's basically in your peripheral vision. This is kind of a precursor to the pain. So in your peripheral vision, you'll see kind of sparkles or a rainbow light. And for me, it does, everybody's body is different, but for me, the sparkles will start to move across my vision, and then I'll be completely impaired with vision, and then they'll move off this direction. That's about 45 minutes, and then I get the pain. So I'll have anywhere from 2 to 8 hours of pain from my migraine. Light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, you name it, I get it. Nausea, it's pretty awful. And I managed it, again, with over-the-counter medication. So the Imitrex did not work well for me. It gave me a lot of nasty side effects. And so I just managed it with over-the-counter meds. So Excedrin migraine, Aleve, ibuprofen, or any combination thereof. I would take anywhere from 2 to 8 pills within a very short course of time, trying to get rid of the pain that I felt from this migraine. And so last night, I got a migraine while I was laying in bed reading, and I grabbed my peppermint oil. I applied a drop here, a drop here, a drop here, and then a couple drops on the back of my neck. And then I made myself what we call a morphine balm. So it's you can use capsules to take essential oils internally. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's just a little capsule. It comes apart, you fill it up, and then you pop it back together, and you can create capsules that way. So I filled it up with, I got my guard dog over here. Ruby, knock it out. So we got 5 drops frankincense, 5 drops copaiba, and 5 drops balsam fir, and I took that internally. And I kept myself up for another hour or so I could document the pain. And between the peppermint oil and the morphine balm, I was able to get enough relief that I was able to fall asleep and get a full 8 hours and not wake up with any sort of residual headache the next day. So take all of these stories and any other stories that you hear with or anecdotes with a grain of salt. But please do the research for yourself. Look at the photos, find the lab studies, the publications, the articles, find the information for yourself, and then try it out. See if you want to talk to me about getting samples, I'm more than happy to help you with that. If you know somebody that can give you samples, test it out that way. My next big test is going to be an allergy trio, which is lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And I'm going to be very systematic about how I test that because my allergies are so severe. So that's going to probably be my next video. But honestly, I can wholeheartedly say that even if I don't get any relief from my allergies, the pain management, pain relief, and topical relief I've experienced with these with these essential oils is enough for me to continue using them in my life. And my question when I started using essential oils was not, how can I replace everything in my house? I need to get rid of all the chemicals and all the cleaning supplies and this, that, and the other. It wasn't about that. It was about can these essential oils be as good or better than the pills that I was taking? And right now, I can tell you absolutely yes. They have been as good or better. And in the 2 weeks I've been using these essential oils, I've dealt with knee pain, body pain, cramps, and a migraine. And I haven't taken a single pill. Not a single Aleve, not a single ibuprofen, not a single Excedrin. So there you have it, guys. I'm constantly looking for different ways to utilize essential oils in my life. If you have suggestions, recipes, testimonials, questions, if you know somebody that's suffering from Lyme disease or some other kind of chronic illness, please, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below, or if you want to talk to me directly, email me, even better, so you and I can talk one-on-one. Again, all the links I said are below, so you guys can check it out. If you want to check out Young Living Essential Oils, my link is down below as well, and I'd love, love, love to help you start down your essential oil journey. So thanks again for watching, you guys, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.